Today's haul in ATS was supposed to just take us west through Iowa on I-80, but a decision to use a highway instead takes us on a more scenic drive, and it gets a bit twisty as we're forced to find a rest stop and then our way back to the highway. It was a bit adventurous. Let's go. Guys, welcome back to America Truck Simulator. Today I got us a new truck to drive. We're going to talk all about it and all kinds of other stuff. Right now, we're doing the Cruise in Iowa event still. We're in Iowa. I spent a good part of last night building this truck, and I want to try it out on a good delivery here in Iowa, because I was thinking about, I said recently that I was thinking about going on like some trips through Texas and stuff. I haven't seen Texas in a while. And so right now, we're going to pick up a couple of tandem trailers, and we're taking them out west in Iowa, that is, to Council Bluffs, Iowa. First, we gotta... Okay, so I just kind of set this truck up last night. I haven't ever really driven it. It's a mod truck like all the trucks that I drive. All the link in the description below. Wait, it says to go this way. Oh, yeah, I see. It's over off to that way here on the map. And I'll talk all about this. So it's a Freightliner Coronado. It's a mod truck that I've had for a while but never really used for various reasons. Point is, let's see here. I think we might be able to cut through this parking lot. So yeah, okay, but part of the thing was when I first got the truck and started checking it out, the info screen here on between the gauges is almost impossible to read. You can't read it without zooming in, so I couldn't see any of the data on the truck. Well, you can see I have a fix for that here. It's as simple as Sissel's Megapacks. I just had to mess around some, and using one of the dashboard sets from Sissel's Megapack, I was able to put a zoomed in version of that on the dashboard so I can actually see my truck's information. Yeah, it may sound silly, but it's kind of hard to drive a truck when you can't even read, you can't even see the data for it. But anyway, that's neither here nor there. The truck, as it turns out, is really, really good, and I'm happy to finally drive it. Lately, I've been really enjoying a couple of the other trucks, and I had this idea of going through Texas and doing a really, really cool drive, but I wanted to find the perfect truck to do it with, and this may be it. So today's like an audition, if you will, perhaps. Yeah, here's our trailer. We're going to try this guy out here. I got to say, all the trucks I have, exterior-wise, this goes pretty hard. Exterior-wise, I kind of maybe like the Freightliner FLD better, but interior-wise, literally nothing beats this guy here. Interior-wise, I could live in this. This has a lot of options for color coordination. Let me do a lot of interior design work here to get that cool brown and black look. And anyway, I like the truck. So the thing is, I like the truck inside and out. And that's a big part of it. If I'm going to take a truck on a long haul, like tour of Texas or something, then I want something that looks good inside and out and is fun to drive, and I can see all the information I need to see. And this truck has it. It's even got a clock. I like to have a built-in clock in the dashboard because I like to turn my HUD off, right? So yeah, this has a clock. It has all the data that I want to see. Right now, let's get this trailer hooked up. Let's see here. I don't think I've got it. Maybe. This truck is... Let's see. Oh, got it. Okay. I've only done one delivery with it. I did one delivery last night to make sure I could drive the truck, and it is incredible, especially at night, actually. Ergonomics, looks-wise, this truck's got it. We're going to see if it's got it in driving-wise. So we got us two trailers, so backing up is not necessarily an option unless we absolutely have to. And let's check out where we're going. All right, so we're going 328 miles all across Iowa, from the far east, Dubuque, all the way going down I-80 to Council Bluffs in the west. We could take different roads. Why don't we take different roads? We've been taking I-80, and that's all well and good. All right, so I made a little modification to our trip. Basically, I just dropped us down off I-80, so no more I-80. I-80's fine. You guys know I prefer the other roads because they're more scenic. We'll see more cool stuff. Plus, this highway here, 34, literally haven't used it. Like I always say, if you play ATS and you just take the suggested routes every time, you're gonna end up with a map that's just got the yellow roads on the freeways, and you're never gonna take these roads. I've not driven this yet in Iowa, so we're gonna take 34. Yeah, we're gonna take I-80. So we'll be going past the truck stop. We're gonna get off at Iowa City down at 218, down to 34, and we'll be going this way. Is there any cool scenic stuff along the way? Yeah, beautiful 2-lane American country back road. That's what we're gonna see. So yeah, there is cool stuff to see. All right, and 421 miles is our new distance. So I added 40 miles, or 100 miles. Added like 100 miles. Okay, that's fine with me. That's no big deal. It's actually more than I thought it would add. So let's see. Let's set our trip. All right, set our trip for 0. So 400 and just remember 420. I can remember that. That's our yeah. So that way we don't need this info bar at the bottom of the screen. You know I like to run with that off. We don't need that because we've got a fuel gauge. We've got our trip set. All right, guys. Let's head out to Council Bluffs. I'm not sure I've done a delivery there yet. Now, my GPS screen is kind of small. We can go back the way we came. We can go out this way, maybe. Let's get an outside view. This is a gorgeous truck. I really like this a lot. I think we can go this way. The GPS doesn't show it, but I think we can go out this way. Or at least, I mean, it looks like we can on there, but it wasn't saying to go this way. But I think we can. I'm not in the road, am I? Alright, well, now we gotta wait to get out. Oh, these cars. Yeah, they're doing that thing that I hate that cars do. You know, when you're sitting at a stop sign waiting to go and everyone is coming at like perfectly even spaced just so you just can't do it. Alright, now this thing's, I've not driven this much. I took it on a like 100-mile delivery last night just to see if, see how it drove. And it should be a joy to drive. Yeah, this is really small. Where are we going to? Okay, up here. I can look into different options. I tried various layouts with the info screen and the GPS. Wait, are we taking this turn? Yeah, it looks like we are. I tried various layouts with those, and this is the layout that uses the less real estate. You know, you want to try to avoid using all your windshield real estate, right? Like, I want to be able to see where I'm going without blocking my view, and this right here was like the minimal that I could get. I could put the GPS in numerous other places and get bigger screens out of it, but it is handy to have it where you can kind of zoom in and see it, and also have it, you know, close to your info screen. Oh, we'll play around with it and see how it goes. Right now it is, and we also got a clock handy. It's 8:35. We've got a clock right up there, right in the center of the top up there. I just thought I'd show you where I was looking. It's up there. It's not as easy to see. It's really easy to see at night though. It lights up at night. I can also pull up a clock on my info screen. Here, why don't we set? Let me get set here. 45 miles an hour, is that what it says? Whoa, 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 whoa. I almost didn't see a stoplight. I'm looking at a bunch of other things. I was flipping through screens on this. I know one of these modes has a clock. Yeah, it's really handy to have my GPS right by this because I was able to see what my route was, and there it is, 747. Really, I thought this said, oh, I read that wrong. Yeah. It's not that easy to see during the day, but we do have a clock. All right, so it's not quite 8 o'clock. All right. There we go. I'll leave it on our trip. Actually, we don't need it on our trip. We can have it on the clock for now because our trip is, we're going like 400 miles. We don't need to look at the trip anytime soon. So 45 miles an hour. Yeah, let's watch this. This stuff's a little more important to watch, I think. So the truck is smooth. I mean, just listen to it. It's powerful, but it's smooth. It's It's powerful. Oh, it's super powerful. Yeah, last night I ran a delivery. Look at me pass this guy. Yeah, last night I ran a delivery. I was going up a hill, and well, this has got more horsepower. This does have, the engine in this does have more horsepower than our Peterbilt that we're driving. I think this thing's pushing out around 600 horsepower. I could be wrong. I forget exactly. But I straight up accelerated up to 60 miles an hour pulling a trailer uphill last night. I was like, wow, this thing really pulls hard. At least that's the impression I got from the one delivery that I did. So this is going to be a cool drive. I'm looking forward to this because, so we're started off down 80, but then, yeah, I saw the opportunity, and we've got the time. It'll be cool. We're going to take a cool drive out. Whoa, that's a cop behind me, but I've got to. Yeah, I've got to. It's my last chance to get over. I look over there. There's a cop. Well, I was just getting up to speed too. All right, well, let's see how fast it gets up to speed. Set for 65 miles an hour. How fast are we going right now? Yeah, for the speed, there's no speed readout, so you actually have to read the speedometer, but that's really not a big deal. I do have a choice in this truck. Well, there's 45. 45, we're speeding up. There's 50. There's coming up on 55. Yeah, it's pretty fast. I think so. I got a choice on the dashboard between white face gauges or black face gauges. The white face gauges are easier to read during the day, and it also does apply to that clock up there. The white face gauges are way easier to read, but I didn't feel that I don't feel that it fit the feel of the truck. Yeah, to me, the white face gauges, I think like an old 80s sports car or something, you know. The white face gauges is not something I associate with a semi. It didn't seem to fit for me. Where do I get? Oh, nope. Yeah, I just looked at my GPS. That's the wrong button. I'm sorry about that. I was hitting the wrong place on my thing. Well, I was slowing down. I was trying to hit my Jake brake to shave off some more speed, but I was trying not to look away from the road, so I was fumbling my controls, is what I was doing. Okay. Now, this is I-80. Now we're on I-80, I believe. Because this is that big truck stop, is it not? West 80, yeah. Yeah, this is our big truck stop here. Don't know when we'll need fuel, because, yeah, so new to the truck. Here, let's get over here. We can't. Okay, we're good. Yeah, I had a feeling that guy was going to slow down there. All right, can we speed up now? Now can we speed up? All right, so yeah, we'll have to get a feel for this fuel gauge. It says we're at about 3/4 right now. Yeah, because I haven't even fueled this truck up yet. It's still running on its first tank of gas. Wow, I don't know what that was. Nine o'clock. Yeah, I was watching the clock. We don't need our turn off our headlights, and I'll go ahead and click this. So we've gone 82 miles. 82 miles. I've managed to blabber about whatever. But yeah, at first, so I had this truck for a while. This is it's a Freightliner Coronado SD. I had it for a while. When I first got it, I wasn't super impressed with it. So the trucks I drive are Jon Ruda trucks. I like his truck mods. There's lots of mod makers for American Truck Simulator. And there's a few different ones that are paid trucks. Of course, these are paid trucks. It's not everyone's cup of tea, but just be upfront about it, they are. And there's other mod makers that make them too. Now, I like Jon Ruda's trucks. That's who I stick with. I was less impressed with this one when I originally got it. I originally got it when it first came out. It's still a relatively new truck. As his trucks go, this one's still relatively new. There's only one truck he has in his lineup that's newer than this, actually. So I got it when it first came out. And it was still an early version, so it didn't have many options yet. His trucks always get more options as time goes on. Hang on. Let me make sure I know where we're going here. Well, but also when I got in it, I wasn't a fan of the gauges. The gauges are really tiny here on the dashboard, and nothing really pertinent that I wanted to see. They're not the gauges that I watch, and they're really small, and I couldn't read the display. I wasn't a big fan of it, but over time, it's gotten more options. See, our truck here looks pretty cool from the outside, right? It's got a lot more options that it didn't used to have, and I found ways to work with some of the lack of display. It took some time to be like, okay, I can use this screen, and I can put it here, and I can put this screen here, and okay. This engine does not have a super loud engine brake, so it's not as obvious as the some of the other trucks. So I gotta pay attention to my indicator lights and whatnot like that. But this has indicator lights for everything, which is really cool. I don't have to look at the dashboard on this. It's modern enough that it's got lights for the parking brake and the engine brake, cruise control. You can see my cruise control's not on, because there we go. Now the light's on for it. This truck's got a lot more modern amenities than some of the other trucks we've been driving. Although I like that Peterbilt. I wanted to drive this some, and yeah, so I wanted to go on. I thought it'd be really cool to go on a drive through Texas, as I keep saying. I think it would be. This game's big. I mean, obviously, we're in the United States right now. We're up in Iowa, and it would take a minute to get down to Texas. But thinking about it, I think it would be cool. So I've not been down there in a while. So where are we at right now? Yeah, we got off the... I want to pay attention to where we're at. 34 West is going to be what I'm... Oh, okay, I think I just saw a sign for it, actually. I think I just saw a sign for 34. I'm looking forward to that. I'm hoping it's going to be like a smaller road. I like the more back roads, you know, especially like 2-lane roads, like with 2-way traffic. You know, you're closer to the traffic, you're closer to the scenery. You know, there's less... Let me slow down here. We need to get over. Yeah, I'm just no, I think we're fine. I was all ready to get over there. Yeah, I think I saw a sign saying 34 was... It's hard for me to read the numbers. They flash by so fast, but I think it's coming up here somewhere. Oops. Yeah, exit 42, I think I said. Right up here. Whoa. Yeah, so, okay, yeah, and okay, the fuel gauge, it just went down a tick. We're now 3/4. There's some green lights at the bottom of the fuel tank, of the fuel gauge, which I can't really look at this particular moment. Yeah, we gotta get off here. Oh, this is one of those places. That right there, the road ends. Hang on. You gotta watch out for that. Well, where we're at. Well, Iowa's on the edge of the map right now. Hang on a second. This way? Yeah, this way, I think. Yeah, because we're going this way. Okay, I'm glad I caught that. Iowa's on the edge of the map, so there's some roads that you can't go down, and they're just like dead-ended, and that was one of them. It'll be cool when they have the entire country here, but until that time, when you're on states on the edge of the map, some freeways don't connect. All right, we're on 34. So I was hoping it'd be a more scenic road than 80, you know, was the thing. You know, what was I saying? I was saying something about something. Yeah. Then I had to concentrate there, so I don't remember. Whoops, I don't remember what I was saying. But we're gonna stay on West 34, I guess, pretty much like. Here, let's check that out real quick. We're staying on West 34 all the way until, we'll hit 29 north into Council Bluffs. Okay. That's all I need to see. So, I like this truck. Hold up. Jesus, every time I say something, every time I start saying something, I thought we were staying on 34 the whole way, but yeah, I know, because I just looked, right? But yeah, here we go. What do we got here? Let's see. Yeah, oh, I guess I could have gone. Yeah, I just checked. Oh, rolling backwards. Is he turning? Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I don't know. I like the truck, and I was saying that obviously, and I was starting a sentence leading into something that I lost now, but I was able to get it set up. I guess it's Sissel's Mega Pack, I guess, is the mod that allows you to put the screens like that up on the dashboard and stuff. It took a second to do that and get used to how the gauges were. Let's set our cruise control for 45. And once I kind of got the ergonomics inside set the way I want, you know, that's true with any truck. Once you get the ergonomics inside the truck set the way you want, everything tends to come together. Because inside of the truck's important. You know, this is what you see when you're playing. It's important to get this all set up the way you want. I like the way this truck had a lot of color options for the interior, more than most of the trucks do that I use. Most of them don't have this many color options. This literally had all kinds of color options: red, green, blue, gray, black, brown for the interior, so I was able to do some cool stuff. But, you know, like with most games, your UI is your interface for the game, but in American Truck Simulator, as you can see, I'm not running a UI. This is my UI. That's how I like to play. You know, the truck is my UI, the dashboard, right? Best part about this. So I think I know one thing I was going to say earlier. The fuel gauge, you can see at the bottom there, it's got green lights. Now it only has 3 green lights. Maybe you can't see it. Maybe it's too small for you. I'll enlarge it in the editing if I caught this in editing. Yeah, so it's just got 3 green lights down there. That means I'm 3/4. I like that. So like from back here, even from here, you know, from my seated position, the gauge is small, but I can see the 3 green lights. So the thing about this road is you got to pay attention. Hey, I wanted... Whoa, geez. I had to really step on the brake there. Hey, I wanted not the freeway. We got not the freeway. This is what I asked for, quite literally. This is what I asked for. We wanted not freeway. That's what we got. Also, yeah, I took the opportunity for the cool Punisher Skull paint job. Anyone can get cool paint jobs. The truck is a paid mod. Not everyone's into that, but anyone can go to the Steam Workshop and get cool paint jobs. I happen to like this one. Actually, it's not where... If you're wondering about the paint job, though, it did not come from the Steam Workshop. The paint job is specific for this truck and came with this truck, but it's very much like paint jobs you could get anywhere, you know. But anyway, I think it's... I love the truck. I could gush about the truck all day. In fact, I'm trying my best not to. I like the little switchies over here. They're cool. They're not as easy to see what position they're in, but this truck has a decent dashboard with lights and stuff on it. I don't really need to see what the position the switches are in. All right, so we're going off this way, west. Oh, wow, I can't even read that town name. Osceola? I don't even know what that is. Never heard of that town. Never heard of that town. All right, 45 miles an hour. There we go. Yeah, every truck takes some time to get used to where you're looking on the dashboard for various info. I remember that Kenworth that we got. It was a little while ago. It's back when we were doing Missouri, the Missouri event. I started driving a Kenworth. I was new to it. I remember learning where to look on that was different, but then I really came to like it, and I stuck around with that W900 for way longer than I expected. And I still thought about going back to it when I was thinking what truck I wanted to drive today, and I was thinking I want to find a truck for this long haul job. It's a series that I want to do. I want to audition what truck I want to take there. I thought about the Kenworth, but I decided to mess around with the two Freightliners that I have. I got to get over here. This one and the FLD. Yeah, look at that line at the stoplight. I was like, wow. Jeez. You'd think one of these cars would have hopped in the left lane. Yeah, you know? Yeah, I think realistically one of those cars would have hopped in the left lane, being behind that many semis. This is it's not as small a back road as it's a 4-lane highway, but I was hoping it might be smaller. But actually, as I say that way, are we in two-way traffic now? Well, at least for now we are. I like two-way traffic. I'm gonna pay more attention to the road, which may be bad for me because I tend to lose focus sometimes, it would seem, right? Yeah, but I think these kinds of roads are more scenic. Yeah, like I said, we're closer to the other cars, we're closer to the scenery. Headed west through Iowa. And as I learned where to look on each truck for what gauges and what info displays I need to look at, I start kind of liking the way each truck has it. Like, I'm really starting to appreciate that fuel gauge. I like how I can just glance and see 3 green lights and know that we got plenty of fuel. The clock is a little harder to see. It's going to take some getting used to, but I can flick this and see this 12:56. Okay, yeah, I thought the clock was reading. Yeah, the clock is hard to read during the day. If I wanted to switch to a white-faced clock, I could read it better, but I can flick my info screen here and see it. Just trying to get used to the displays and stuff. Enjoying the drive. Yeah. Beautiful Iowa farmland. Farmhouses and rolling hills. This is why I like taking these roads here. Random animals making noises out in the forest, I just heard. Yeah, wow, this is beautiful, beautiful scenery here. Beautiful scenery here. Let's roll our window down. Get some fresh air. Yeah. We got about 150 or so miles to go. That's not bad at all. Geez, we made pretty good time. Is it just me, or did we make really good time? It's like, have I rambled that long, or have we made good time? I think we're making good time. Oh, what's that off over there? I can't really look. There was something off over to the right. Some weird shaped thingy. $45 miles an hour. And that's when we just start hitting the brake. Ride the brakes. I love these small towns. I love going through small towns. Reminds me of taking road trips. I like taking road trips. That's why I like going through the small towns. It feels like taking a road trip through America. Straight ahead. Cool little place. Whoa, car. Ever pull out in front of a semi like that? Oh, my guy's tired. Yeah, he just yawned. So we're playing without the HUD, which means I gotta listen to my guy here. I'm gonna roll my window up so I can hear myself talk over this. Means I gotta listen for my guy to yawn so I know when he's tired. So my guy's tired. we need to look for a spot to where we can rest. Yeah, everything else we can monitor on the dashboard. However, being tired is not one of them. Is there a rest here? It almost looks like there is. I'm gonna pull up the map. Yeah, as long as we're at this stoplight. Let me get up here. Stop right here. Let's check out the we're gonna have to get off here. We're gonna have to go on a little journey. Can I get off? That's really confusing looking right here. Let's look at it here. I have to see if we can. Do I got to make a left turn? Hang on. Yeah. Yeah, but we need rest, and this is that was one problem. See, it was my choice to take this the highway instead of the freeway, which means we don't have rest stops. We gotta. Yeah, this is cool though. We get to see some cool place I definitely didn't plan to see. Right? Definitely didn't plan to see. Yeah, so we're turning up here a little ways. Not here. I chose to take the other one because. Well, I don't know. It looked like that was going to be the one I picked was southbound and that's northbound, but apparently they both go both ways. I don't know. Yeah, I was just glancing at a map in an area I've never been, and it's like, well, let's go this way. Okay, so both of these roads go both ways, apparently. Well, doesn't matter then. We're going to hit this rest stop up here. 50 miles an hour. But my guy's tired and we need sleep. Rest area, 1 mile. That was kind of lucky. That was cool. Yeah, there's places where even on the freeway, you might not have a rest stop for a while. But most of those places, you can do what we did here and get off and fine. There's only one place I know that I've come across so far. There's one place I've come across so far where if you need to rest, you're just screwed. That's going west on I-70 past Denver. There's about 300 miles between Denver and Grand Junction, where if you're going west, there's literally no place to stop and no way to get off the road. And it's like that in real life too, but it's not, because in real life there's actually small towns in between there. Small towns in I-70, obviously. But anyway, but there's no rest stops. There's no way to stop because it's all really road carved through the mountains. Anyway, we've got us a place to rest. No, in real life, the only place where there's no place to stop that I know of, again, I've not been everywhere, but I-70 through Utah, there's no place to stop there. Real life or in-game. There's a 110-mile stretch, I think it is. There's no place to stop. Okay, I don't have the overlay here. I hate this. Can I not rest here? Second, let me back up. I wish there was some way to know that where I'm parked, I can't find a spot here to rest. No spot here triggers the rest thing, like, at all. I've driven circles around this place, and nowhere triggers the rest mechanic. So we can't rest here. Nothing triggers it. I drove circles around those trucks, circles around the whole thing, while my guy just gets more and more tired. There is no place there to rest. We're going to have to go to the next place even further down the road, which actually isn't that bad because it's where we were going to have to go anyway to turn around. It's the next exit. We had to go to the next exit down here. And there's a rest spot there, luckily, but we're going to have to deal with my guy yawning until said time. And I don't know what happens when my guy... Oh, the car's going to let us over. Good. I don't know what happened when my guy gets so tired that he can't keep his eyes open. I don't know what happens then. I can always go to the menu and turn off the tired function, but I don't, you know, it's I feel it's a bit of an arbitrary mechanic, but it's something that you have to work around in the game. It adds a little level of difficulty that I appreciate. So we're gonna see here. How fast are we going? Oh, doesn't matter. We're getting off right here, I think. Yeah, so we're gonna get off here. We're gonna hang a left to this gas station here. Oh, yeah, turn is, well, it said it was sharp. It is. We're gonna turn here. And that place we were just at, it not having a place to rest, that's extremely odd. I've actually never seen that. I've never seen a place where it said there was, but I couldn't find the trigger. They can be hard to see. It can be hard to see the triggers because they're not marked. They're not marked at all. You have to just drive over them and wait till it triggers. They didn't trigger there. I wish there was a place that visually showed it. You know, we're gonna have to find it here. Oh, this is the car entrance. Well, no matter. Here. We don't need fuel. Let's just drive around the fuel pumps. This should be easy to find. Again, I've never had one that I couldn't find. I couldn't find that one. This should be a simple matter of, yeah, over here by this other truck. Or probably anywhere out in this dirt would be acceptable. We'll pull it by the other truck. I just need some place to turn the engine off so my guy could stop yawning. There are mods that let you rest in your truck, I think. Something like that would be cool. Because the thing is, I've got a sleeper cab in this truck. I should be able to sleep anywhere I can park the truck, right? But anyway, let's try out the new sleeper back here. All right, and we get just a little bit of night driving for the last leg. I like driving this truck at night. It's got a great visual at night, I think. Okay, let's see. We're gonna go. We're in gear. Parking brake. Headlights on. Let's see. Oh, I need to see how. I need to pull this bar up. Okay, 160 miles left. Yeah, we're gonna have to reset our trip because of the. We went off the beaten path a little bit. So 160 miles is our new distance. We don't need the bar anymore. Bar can go away. All right, let's get going. We got some night driving. That's always cool. Night driving's fine. You can see a little bit better with this. Well, for the video, I don't want the video to be too dark. So we can hit on this dome light, but I'll just turn it off. It's cool. Well, because it lights up the inside of the truck, which is cool, but that's not what we need to see. Now, if you look up there, you can see the clock way easier now. See, we can see it's 2:45, like plain as day. The clock is super easy to see at night. I love the way this dashboard lights up at night. It's so vivid. Some of the trucks, well, I like to run the older style dashboards, and that is on me. Like in our Peterbilt, we have an old style dashboard. That Peterbilt has an option to have a glass cockpit, you know, updated style dashboard. I choose to run the older ones, you know, with the incandescent lights, and they are often, yeah, they're dimmer. It's my choice to do that. In this truck here, though, I got this kind of 1990s style dashboard, the green. Yeah, like this is how, yeah, I like this style. Yeah, it's very 90s. I like it. That said, there's a couple trucks. There's two other trucks I was competing for this series I want to do. I just want to try it, see which one's right, like I mentioned earlier. This one, the Freightliner FLD, but also the Peterbilt. But not the Peterbilt we were driving, it's a different one. And it's got the modern dashboard in it. And it'd be really good for, like, I was looking for a truck that'd be suitable for like a really long haul drive. And it would be, it's got a great dashboard. It's all digital with literally everything on. It's very cool. It's the same. Well, it's a Peterbilt 389. It's a new one. We could check it out perhaps in the next video or something like that. For right now, we're going straight. What's our speed? Speed limit is And we can't read the thing. 70, okay. All right. So we're headed, okay, we're headed back up to 34. Yeah, we got to go back up north and catch 34. And it looks like I was right. Those two roads I saw on the map, one is southbound, one is northbound. It is what it looked like. Jeez. Sorry, car, I got to cut you off. That truck just kind of slowed down out of nowhere. And I dropped my speed, too. I dropped down to 60. This truck gets up to speed fast. This truck definitely gets up to speed fast. It's a lot quieter than the Peterbilt that we were driving. Well, I don't know how it'll sound for you guys. It depends on if you're using speakers, headphones, whatnot. For me, this is a lot quieter in the headphones. I needed to get off there, didn't I? Yep. Well, we just added some more distance. I thought it was a left turn because it was a left turn to get on. Okay, to be fair, it was a left turn to get on this road. It wasn't an exit, right? So I thought it was going to be a left turn to get back on to the road we were on. In fact, if you recall, before we turned off 34 onto that, we're going to have to look at the map. When we were going down 34, I passed this. I thought what I saw was, okay, yeah, see, it wasn't a turn to get off this. Sorry, it wasn't an exit to get off this, but it's an exit to get back on. And I just added a bunch more. All right, I'll just cut this out, guys. I'll meet you back on 34. Okay, no need to torture you all. I'll meet you back down on 34. All right, we are back at 34. In fact, that is 34 right above us up there. And we're just gonna circle around, and we're actually the ramp we're getting back on or exactly where we turned off before. Yeah, it was a crazy thing. I was expecting, yeah, you know, I turned left onto this road. I was expecting to turn left back onto the thing, but when I saw it on the map, when I pulled up my map and saw what I was looking at, I was like, oh, I see. That's like a big freeway down there. We turned off it from a small highway, but yeah. But here we are back on 34. Now our distance has radically changed yet again. I don't know how much time we have left now. My trip is now completely, oh well, we're not that far. We're going to Council Bluffs, we know that much. We don't need the exact mile count. Sun's coming up now, though. So we know we're going to Council Bluffs. Our mileage is kind of, yeah, who knows? Who knows how far we've even driven? And remember earlier when I remarked how we were making great time? Well, now we're kind of making about normal time. This is about the time I thought that, you know, that I was expecting it would take. So, yeah. Got the sun rising behind us. What's our speed limit? Does that say 50? Wow, the sun may just be coming up. It sure looks cloudy. Well, it was raining yesterday. It's still kind of a pretty morning the way that the light, the yellow light hitting everything. Yeah, it almost kind of looks like that stormy kind of light, doesn't it? That color of light hidden almost kind of looks like, you know, when it's going to storm or something. The clouds look a bit stormy. A little bit. Of course, it's also just coming on 6 a.m. Well, so you guys, you missed out some of the night driving, that's all. Yeah, I would have cut that out. I just had to go a few miles out of the way, get back on the road, you know, stuff like that happens. I had to cut out a bunch at the rest stop too. I was circling and trying to find a spot where we could rest. I'm sure I would have cut that out as well. That's true. So while we're not making as good a time, I've had to cut out a lot of just what would be otherwise bad, you know, footage. But this is all really pretty drive, and this is why I like to take these roads here, you know. I like taking these roads over the freeways. Plus, you know, like I said, if I did every delivery in Iowa and just took the suggested routes every time, we would just be traveling up and down I-80 for every one of them, only occasionally going north or south on, you know, a given highway here or there to reach a town. It would have routed every route through I-80, and we never would have seen this cool country. up here is a waypoint that I set. I think I recall about where it's at. It's a waypoint that I set to bring the route down onto Highway 34. But I don't want to guess how far our point is. We'll just look for signs for Council Bluffs, because that's where we're going. And I don't think we've done a delivery yet to Council Bluffs. I think it's one of the towns that we've yet to do a delivery to. So this is one of those highways that kind of goes between, switches between a two-way highway into a, well, I guess because here we have an intersection with a bigger highway, so it's going to like expand out into this, and then it'll shrink back probably. And highways like this are cool, but they keep you on your toes, because then out of nowhere you may have a stoplight. Yeah, you may have like an interstate looking section and then suddenly have a stoplight. Especially when you're pulling as much weight behind you as we are, you got to look for that stuff. Yeah, here we're back onto two-way traffic. But this is a pretty cool road. Well, certainly had lots of adventure for the new Freightliner today. This is a truck I really have not driven hardly at all in all the time that I've had it. Like, until this truck right here that I built last night, until this, I only drove it once before. I got in it, I didn't like the gauges. I have other trucks that I do like. Yeah, I got in it, I didn't like the gauges, and I haven't been back in it. And last night I was like, you know what, let's give this truck a second chance. Let's see if I can get a good setup so that I can actually read my stuff. And well, obviously got that fixed. Something 1 mile. I didn't see what it said. Something 1 mile. Maybe it was, I don't think it was way station. I think it just said county line or something. Here, let me see what we're doing here. I don't want to miss a turn. Yeah, we're turning. Oh, is this where we're getting on, this, I think this is where we're going north to Council Bluffs. I'm guessing this is where we get off 34. What do we got here? Oh no. We got us a traffic mishap, I think. I'm gonna have to check this out. We've got us, okay. This happens on occasion. We're gonna have to go around. Yeah, the traffic in this game is really good, but it's not perfect. Sometimes it gets in little scenarios like this, where two of the drivers decide they want to take the same road, and they get in a, whoa, sorry, there was a zero shoulder there. I dipped one tire off the road and it sank in the dirt. Zero shoulder. All right. Yep. Sometimes you got to go around something like that. All right. Look at this beautiful Iowa country. This is beautiful out here. Even though it's dark and cloudy, it still is. Home stretch. It's our home stretch here. North to Council Bluffs. 24, say 24 or 34. I can never read those. Whoops. I'm sorry. I looked down to reset my trip. Caused me to swerve. All right. I think it said 24. But it's hard for me to tell. The thing is, it's crystal clear. Like if I paused the game, I would have seen it crystal. It's I think it's just my monitor's size and or refresh rate makes it hard to see stuff that goes by. I think it might be my monitor refresh rate causes it to appear not clear when it whisks by at 100 miles an hour. Okay, so we're getting off here. Here, yeah. It's one of those. Yeah, it's one of those exits that I wish I had a bigger GPS screen for. So it looks like it was 24 miles. All right, we're turning right up here. This is a really complicated placey place here, isn't it? Beautiful day, yeah, wow. Oh, I just realized that. When did that happen? I'm gonna have to check that in editing. When did it become a beautiful day? When the heck did this happen? I ain't complaining, but I'm gonna have to check that out. Did something happen that I missed? Because it was just, like, really cloudy, like, a minute ago. I gotta say, this is, where are we going? We're gonna stick in the right lane. Yeah, we've had enough complicated stuff. I'm not gonna complicate it further by getting around this guy and having to cut him off. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go back and see when it was that the weather changed. I hope it didn't just change. I hope that somehow maybe I didn't notice something, or boy, I don't know. I wonder how far we've driven. Actually, I can tell you exactly how far we've driven, but not now. I'll have it on the screen in editing because I've got my odometer. The odometer display is right there, but I don't know what the odometer was when we started. What I mean by that is this was supposed to be a 328 mile delivery. Remember at the very start, 328 is what it was supposed to be. So yeah, in editing, I will have looked at my odometer. But let's see how many miles it actually was. But we are just about here now. Whoops. Yeah, right up here to the right where all those trucks are. Actually, here. Oh, wow, I had to slam on the brakes. I was like, is it this pull-in or the next one? It's this one. That was, you know, somehow, every time, well, not every time, sometimes these go really smooth, but usually they don't. Usually there's always some kind of crazy adventure. It takes a lot of focus to be a truck driver. It takes a lot of focus, and making a video takes focus away from what you're doing, you know? Apparently. Yeah. But we made it. We made it with the delivery. All right. And they want it right up here. Yeah, and obviously no backing up these guys. They want it right up here. I would take the challenge of backing these, but they're not going to make us. In fact, there's no way to even choose that option. So, all right. Job finished. Well, guys, thanks so much for following along with that. Tell me what you think about this truck here. I like this truck a lot. I was looking for a cool truck to take on, like on a cool long drive. Can I see the other trucks we have? Because I could show you one of the other ones. Truck manager. Got a few trucks here. The other truck I was thinking about taking is this guy. This guy right here, actually. Here, I can view it if I click it here. I set this up last night too. Yeah, I also set up this truck. It's a truck I've had for a while, but I went through and overhauled it to be comparable to that one. Now this truck, it's a Peterbilt. This is a 389. It's a new one. Modern digital dashboard and everything like that. But now, okay, remember the truck we were just sitting in? Okay, now look around this truck. And it looks cold and dead and gray, doesn't it? Well, it's because I'm using the gray interior, to be fair. Sure, I could change this to brown interior. But there's a lot of options here. I don't want to pick the wrong one. But yeah, but it's a whole dead desert tan, you know, like the carpet. Yeah, it's something about that Coronado, it's a really homey truck. And I think I think that kind of stuff, like on the inside of the truck, I think that kind of stuff really matters. But I thought, yeah, this is another one I was looking at. And then the other one, of course, let's exit this. The other one, which you've seen recently in videos, I've had a real love affair with this guy. Remember how I said my trucks are always blue? Yeah, for some reason, I don't know. I guess I just think they always look good in blue. I was going to redesign this one, though. I was going to redesign it and update it, but this truck here, because I just love the look of this truck. But let's have a look inside of here. Easiest to read dashboard in the game. Dashboard is, I mean, yeah, this has got it all as far as that goes. This is a cool little truck. This is a cool truck, but I think that our, let's close this out. I think this guy here might have that beat. I think this guy right here might be the dark horse that I didn't see. I think this is cool. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching all the way to the end. Tell me what you think in the comments below. I always read the comments and reply to you guys. And I'll look forward to seeing you next time. Tomorrow, we're going to have, what is it, farming tomorrow, probably? I think, yeah, tomorrow's farming, I believe. I'm trying to keep it like roadcraft and then truck simulator and farming, I think. We'll see, but I'll see you guys tomorrow in a new video. Thanks so much. Peace out.